I've got these down, and you see this layer here. I'm going to put another layer on top of that 3/4 inch plywood on top of that. Clean this up, replace this back corner, and replace the stud in there. So I'm going to do that. Show you the other side. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Here we go. Up in there, so dirty it is in there. And that's been spliced together too, so I have to take this trim piece off again, I realize it. So I can put my flashing underneath it. My flashing is going to go like underneath the door. It's going to go up here, and I'm going to make it square. It's going to go underneath it here. But it's going to go over top of this. It's going to go on the outside of this, so it will turn water, and water won't go down inside there. That's what I want to stop. It's a more superior design. I want to show you what I've done to the rig. And okay, I've got this pulled down. I've got my jacks in here. I'd like to get some black paint. Paint these black or gray again. So, okay, I painted this gray to seal it and to stop it from leaking, to make it harder for it to leak. The rotten wood now, I've cut out the rotten wood, as you can see, and I'm going to cut a piece to go there, and I'm going to have a 2x4 cross member to go back and forth here and maybe here on 2x4, and so the 2x4s will go there. Then I'll have another layer of wood to go on the outside of it. Okay. All this wood's been rebuilt, ready to be put back together. Painted it gray inside of here. The more paint you add, the better. Here is the wood that came out of up here. And you can see. You see all the little holes and stuff. And this wood was in bad shape. You see. And the stud that goes down through there, I'm going to replace the part of it that's bad. You can see, I think I might have even had a hot water heater that was leaking, maybe. Of course, the wood up above there isn't rotten. Looks like if the hot water heater was leaking, the wood up above, underneath the hot water heater would actually be leaking too. So, yeah, that's what this is. It's in bad shape. All of this is in bad shape, so get rid of as much of the bad wood as you can. And so, we'll go look at the other side. And you've got the body panels to fix this for us. So, got my generator mounted on the rack. Okay, so I did it, and I fitted the holes and everything. I painted this gray to help prevent against rot. Okay, now I've got my boards ready that I've fixed and pre-cut. I want to show you. See how that thing was? Oh, these are stuck. This is glued in place. It's painted together. Can you believe that? They're actually painted, stuck together. I didn't realize paint could do that. I didn't realize paint could have that kind of a bond. See my jacks, where my jacks go? And the jack goes up underneath this one too. But this one and this one go on that passenger side. And this other one over here goes on the driver's side. So this is going to be the extra layer, and then the jacks will go up under that, and it'll produce extra support. So, see, I don't have much wood left from that I bought. My $500 worth of wood. You know, I've used a lot of it. So it's really good, I guess, that I've used all my wood almost. It's really good. So that's a good thing. So I'm going to find another jigsaw blade. Some people call it another update. Now, those bolts I was telling you about, those 2x4s, there's 1 and 2. I've got them screwed in from the back side here, inside of here. And I'll show you the outside, what they look like from the outside. Just cleaning up this little bathroom. Okay. We'll see if these are stable. See, it's not going anywhere. See, this one's not going anywhere either. Okay, now I might find a piece of this stuff to put up under here to kind of brace it. Yeah, I'll do that now. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'll break this. Okay, shit. Okay. See, I just put that in there. Just kind of as a little piece to brace this up in there. Anyway. So yeah, this is it, and we're just gonna cut our little siding piece, our little exterior piece on here, and then we'll put another layer on top of that. And that'll fix it. See, then we can put it all back together. And I know I damaged this, getting this apart, but I had to get to the frame. Okay, now I'm starting to get this all back up on here. This is my second layer. And you can see, and the jacks are going to go over top of that in the siding. And on the other side, I am going to do the same thing. I'll show you the other side. And I'm trying to paint these with what I've got so I can put these things back together. See it? Getting this back up on here. Extra layer of support. Extra layer. This is how I'm bending the sheets of aluminum. So you see I've got it here 2 inches. I've marked up the halfway point, and I'm just going to take it and bend it, and I'm not going to bend it too hard. That's what I'm going to do, and I'll show you the end result. Here's one of them. It's a little wavy, but I get it on. It's not going to look as bad. I might redo that one side. Okay, bye. The last of the construction-based repairs is this piece back here in the back. Okay, it had a lot of termites in here and leaking. As you can see, all these pieces are just, disintegrated. See, even this board here, see, I can crumble it up with my hands because it's completely disintegrated. It's like it's eat up from the inside. So, and I try to stick this down through here, this bottom piece that goes along the bottom of the camper. I may have to replace it, the entire bottom rail piece. So I'm just going to start proceeding with, I have to take this door off, this thing here off. Some of the process of taking this off, I want to make sure all this is done correctly. And I'm going to replace the one on the other side too, because I have to get to it from behind because this is cracked, and I'm going to Bondo it from behind. That's what I'm going to do, is Bondo it from the back side. That's how I'm going to fix it. I'll let you go. Okay, now I wanted to show you, I have some window frames. These are screens, window screens, and I need to make a border for my little doors there. So took a window screen, I cut it. As you can see, I cut it to be the size of my little door opening. I've got some butyl tape I'm going to use. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to drill holes in this, and I'm going to bolt this to make a window frame, to make a door frame for my little doors. So I want it to look factory, look it was made like that. So that's what I'm going to do. See? And I just put this around here like this. Okay, now I wanted to show you these bolts in the bottom of this door were completely loose. I just jerked those out. They didn't even have to be pulled out with a screwdriver. When I step on this, when I step into my door, I notice it gives a little when I step on the floor in the entryway, which is on ground level. The entryway is on ground level, and you go up the step, and that sits up here on top of this, on top of your basement. This is your main floor. This is your basement floor. So I notice there's a little give when I step in here, and that's the reason is because this is rotten. You see what I'm saying? This is this piece, and it goes all the way across the camper, all the way across from the bottom of the camper, and I'm going to take it and replace the whole thing all the way across from one side to the other, and it'll give it some more structural rigidity and structural strength. And I'll make sure, just give it a little more strength. I want it to be strong again. I want to make this camper great again. So, we'll talk to you later. Okay, now here we go again. This is more coverage of the rot. Okay, now, I just want to make sure that this is done correctly. I don't want to have to take this camper apart anymore. And so, looks like this wood down here is rotten too. Okay, it's down underneath there. It's what I do for a living here. I go to New Jersey. I do New York. I go to Brooklyn. I go to the Bronx. I arrest people of stealing. I come for you all. You better be in the wrong side of the neighborhood. Because if you're in the Bronx, if you're in Brooklyn, and you don't have a little bit of Italian in you, we don't want nothing to do with you in the neighborhood. That's silly. That's what a woman said to me that I worked with. She was nice, too. She was a nice person. You know, she was Italian and Puerto Rican. So she was a good woman. She gave me a television set because she got a new one. I used to take her to the store. I worked with her at the grocery store. I worked with her at Kroger's. I'm not going to say what anyone's name is that I know because, people's identities are private and personal. But, she was a nice person. We lived in Brooklyn. We lived in the Bronx. I was in Queens. I was all over New York. See, all this is rotten. That's my main objective, is to get rid of all the rotten wood in here. Getting rid of all the rotten wood in there. And that's what we do. As you see, it's got foam. I wanted to show you. This is foam. The floor is insulated with solid foam. This camper is insulated with rigid foam top to bottom. This is your heated underbelly. This is a ducted heated underbelly. Your drain cocks in most campers are exposed to the elements. This is inside of a door. It's inside the camper. There's a duct back there in the back that blows into this basement and keeps this basement warm all year long. You can go down to 10 degrees, 0 degrees in this thing. And I'm going to beef up the insulation. This wall down here is not insulated. I'm going to insulate this down in here in the future. Insulation on the far wall all the way in the back. If you can see it across the back, all the way down, front to back. And do as much insulation in here as possible. I'm going to beef this up and really make this insulation. Someday it would be cool just to go to Alaska in my camper. Everyone in the nomadic RV community says they want to go down south and stay in Arizona. I love Arizona. I love the desert, and I would love to be in the desert. But I would also like to see the Dalton Highway in Alaska. But I would also like to see the Dalton Highway and drive the Dalton Highway. I want to go all the way to the Antarctic Ocean, all the way up to the very top, the top of Alaska in this camper. I would love to get a little better of a truck and get all the way to the top. That would be nice. So, when I do that, I'm going to go ahead and be tearing some more of this out. Get as much rotten wood as possible. I'm going to tear out the other side too. So, and do that. So, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Okay, now, my wall's here, and just wanted to show you my insulation. I've insulated the wall here. All the way back there I insulated, so I did the insulation while I did the repair. I'm getting ready to put my piece back in. Okay, here's my wall here. As you can see, my piece is in place. here it is. Here's my wall. You see? Comes right up on there. Comes right up on there. Here it is. In place. And you can take these screws and bolt them right in here. Right into that wood. That's why they put that extension piece of wood in there. See? That's solid. The way it was before was screwed up, and I'm going to have to reframe this into here. Okay, let me try my piece here. My piece here. I'm getting ready to put this side back together. Okay. Piece of foam in there and rebuild this side just like I did this other. It is ready to have this side all put back together with all of my pieces. I painted this to resist rot, you know, to protect the wood and stuff like that a little bit. Got this extra piece added onto the bottom. So I've got all my pieces. I've located all the pieces. The next step is going to be to rebuild all this under here, same as the other side, to reinforce it with another layer, 3/4 inch plywood sandwiched on top of this, on the bottom of this. So right now I want to put the back together before I try to work on the wings, and then I can have the whole camper done, and then I'll start sealing and cleaning. First I want to put this back together and maybe seal the corners, and then I'll seal the roof too with my die-core. And the next caulk I get is going to be Proflex. I need to clean up around this window. That's another thing I need to do, is clean around the window. Get the extra caulk off the front window too, and I got some Bondo. And put Bondo there, and on the other side, Bondo. And Bondo on the back side of the panel I'm going to put back on where I cut it to get it off the camper. Put it all back together again. So this slit here, see the slit that I cut? This is the wall template here for the back wall. Measured everything. Got this in here fixed, looking nice. And I hit it with some paint, so I got it all laid out, and I need to put my insulation up in there. Insulate that wall and I'll be done. Okay, I've got this wall done. There were a couple of bolts under there that I had to replace, and so there's what it looks like. Then on the inside I've got some rubber gasket to go in the inside all the way around to keep air out. So, it's time to clean this and to move on to something else.